Chadwick Boseman wasn't just an actor. He was a symbol of resilience, strength, and grace. Born in South Carolina in 1976, he rose to prominence later in life, leaving a lasting mark on the world of cinema. But what makes Boseman's story so inspiring isn't just his talent, but the courage he displayed off-screen. Diagnosed with colon cancer in 2016, he battled the disease privately while still delivering some of the most iconic performances in cinematic history. His passing in 2020 was a loss felt around the world, but it also solidified his legacy as an artist who dedicated himself fully to his craft, even in the face of unimaginable adversity. One moment that truly captures Boseman's wisdom and inspirational nature was his 2018 commencement speech at Howard University, his alma mater. In his address, he spoke about purpose, saying,
"Sometimes you need to feel the pain and sting of defeat to activate the real passion and purpose that God predestined inside of you."
That sentiment didn't just reflect Boseman's own life, it mirrored the lives of the historical figures he chose to portray, like Jackie Robinson. Boseman understood the weight of responsibility and the importance of perseverance. Both men lived with intention, using their platforms to break barriers and inspire others. Boseman's speech was a call to action, a reminder that greatness often comes through struggle, a message he exemplified in both his life and his career. That brings us to 42. 42 tells the story of Jackie Robinson, the first African American to break Major League Baseball's color barrier. Embodying a figure as legendary as Robinson requires more than just acting talent. It demands the ability to convey courage, perseverance, and humanity. Chadwick Boseman was the perfect choice for this. Boseman and Robinson shared an unshakable determination to rise above obstacles. Robinson endured relentless racism and discrimination while blazing a trail for future generations. And Boseman faced his own challenges, fighting cancer while taking on physically and emotionally demanding roles. Both men carried the weight of representation, knowing their work wasn't just about personal success, but about inspiring others. Boseman brought this understanding to 42, delivering a performance that was as much about Robinson's quiet strength as it was about his groundbreaking achievements. Beyond Robinson's personal courage, 42 delivers a powerful message. Change doesn't happen in isolation. It requires a collective effort. Jackie Robinson was a trailblazer, but his success wasn't solely about his talents and resilience. It was also about the people around him, the ones who chose to stand beside him, challenge the status quo, and help pave the way for integration in baseball. The film brilliantly showcases how different figures, each in their own way, played a role in breaking barriers and shaping history. Every moment needs a catalyst, someone willing to take the first step. In 42, that role belongs to Branch Rickey, played by Harrison Ford, the president and general manager of the Brooklyn Dodgers. Rickey wasn't just a businessman looking to win games. He was a man of principle who saw an opportunity to challenge baseball's long-standing segregation. In reality, Rickey had been considering integrating Major League Baseball for years before he finally signed Jackie Robinson in 1945. His decision was met with fierce opposition, but he remained steadfast, knowing this was a moment bigger than baseball. One of 42's most powerful scenes captures his strategic and moral reasoning when he tells Robinson that the key to winning isn't fighting back, but maintaining his composure in the face of relentless hatred. This wasn't just Hollywood dramatization. Rickey truly believed Robinson had to be strong enough not to fight, knowing that any act of aggression could be used as an excuse to derail integration. His mentorship and unwavering support gave Robinson the foundation he needed to succeed. Rickey might not have been the one facing racial slurs on the field, but he was the one who built the bridge for Robinson to walk across. In the hostile environments of 1940s baseball, Pee Wee Reese became an unexpected symbol of solidarity. His defining moment in the film comes during a game in Cincinnati, when he walks over to Robinson, puts his arm around his shoulder, and stands beside him in front of a hostile crowd. This small but powerful gesture sent a message. Jackie wasn't alone. While historians debate the exact details of this event, the essence of Reese's support was absolutely real. As a Kentuckian who grew up in the segregated South, Reese had every reason to fall in line with the racist norms of the time. But instead, he chose to embrace Robinson as a teammate and a friend. Over time, his stance helped shift the culture within the team and eventually the league. Reese's role in Robinson's journey underscores an important lesson. Change isn't just about the people breaking barriers, but it's also about those willing to stand with them. His actions didn't erase the racism Robinson faced, but they made it clear that acceptance was possible. In a segregated world, even a small act of unity could make waves. And if Robinson was a player on the field and Rickey was the mastermind behind the scenes, then Red Barber was the voice that brought it all to the public. Played by John C. McGinley, Barber was the Dodgers' radio broadcaster, responsible for narrating the game to thousands of listeners. But his role went beyond calling plays. He shaped how the public perceived Robinson. A native of Mississippi, Barber initially struggled with the idea of calling games for a team with a black player. Like many Southerners of his time, he had grown up in an environment where segregation was the norm. But instead of walking away from the challenge, he chose to adapt. He made a conscious decision to report on Robinson as he would any other player, focusing on skill, strategy, and performance rather than racial controversy. And by doing so, Barber helped normalize Robinson's presence in baseball. His no-nonsense approach ensured that listeners heard about a great ball player, not just a black ball player. His contribution may not have been as direct as Robinson's or Rickey's, but it certainly played a vital role in integrating baseball into public consciousness. And at the heart of it all was Jackie Robinson himself. As played by Chadwick Boseman, Robinson is not portrayed as an invincible superhero, but as a human being, a man who felt anger, pain, and frustration, but still pushed forward. He didn't just represent change, he embodied it. The real-life Robinson endured unimaginable pressure. He faced death threats, racial slurs, and physical aggression on the field. Yet he carried the weight of history with a sense of purpose. He knew that every action he took, every game he played, would shape the future for generations of black athletes. One of the most emotional moments in the film is when Robinson, after enduring relentless abuse, takes some moments alone in the tunnel, smashing his bat against the wall in frustration. It's a scene of raw vulnerability, a reminder of the cost of breaking barriers. 42 illustrates an important truth. Change is never the work of just one person. Robinson was the one on the field taking the hits, both literal and figurative. But behind him was a network of people who helped carry the weight. Rickey had the vision, Reese provided the solidarity, Barber shaped the narrative, and Robinson did the legwork. The lesson? Progress isn't about a singular hero. It's about people recognizing injustice and choosing to act. Whether on a baseball field or in life, 42 reminds us that real change happens when enough people make the right choice together.